Here's my body at 39 years old. No steroids, no shortcuts, nada. Want to know how I did it? Stick around. Now, here's a picture of me when I'm 8. Here's a picture of me when I'm 15 years old. Here's a picture of me when I'm 33 years old. And here's a picture of me at 39 years old. Now, a lot of people will start going crazy thinking, wow, at 8 years old, you had the abdominals of a grown man, which is true. Some of it was genetic, but I was an athlete even at that age. So yes, you can absolutely still look fantastic when you're my age at 39 years old. You can look terrific. If anybody tells you otherwise, point them to this video here. So how did I do it? First things first. Progressive overload. Progressive overload is the act of loading up the muscles and training to exact failure. Now, why are we doing this? The whole point of progressive overload is to take your genetic potential to its maximum limits and then let that genetic potential dictate to you exactly how much further you can go. So if you are bench pressing 300 pounds 3 times, you know next week your goal is to bench press 300 pounds 4 times, and the week after would be 5 times, and the week after would be 6 times. And your genetics will always dictate where you're failing. It'll always tell you exactly what's going on with your body. Now, if you are performing at that ratio, you are going to be at your genetic limit at all times. Don't listen to these people who tell you, oh, you need to be lifting, oh, you do 2 or 3 reps are shy of failure. That's baloney. Telling you right now, it's baloney. Train to failure on every set, on every rep, and let your body tell you exactly where it's failing. That's going to dictate to you the amount of weight that you're doing, the numbers that you're doing, everything. Your body's failure is basically having a conversation with you and saying, hey man, this is my limit. And every week you come in, it's going to tell you your limit is further away. And that's how you train to your maximum genetic potential. We have intermittent fasting. I've been intermittent fasting since 2008. That's right. When I started intermittent fasting, people thought I was a lunatic. There was no fad like there is today on intermittent fasting where it's everywhere and everybody and their mother's doing it and every scientific journal is studying it. None of that was available when I started fasting. When I started fasting, I was cuckoo. People thought I was nuts. Why would you skip the most important meal of the day? Well, now we know it's definitely not the most important meal of the day, and it definitely doesn't help you get through your day. It's better to fast every morning for health reasons, but now you know also for fitness reasons. What are some of the mistakes I made early on? Outside of having been blessed with amazing genetics, I still made some mistakes. I would do the bulking and cutting. Useless. There is nobody on earth that should be bulking and cutting outside of Olympia athlete in an open bodybuilding show. Not even those guys who do the fitness physique category, they shouldn't even be bulking and cutting. If you don't do that and you want to go the route of being fat 8 months a year and you're not taking steroids and you're natural, you're just going to cut back down to that weight anyways. You're going to have not even 1 or 2 pounds difference in muscle mass, which will be negligible. You won't even notice it. So what's the point of being fat for 8 months out of the year? Literally, to look exactly the same by the time you cut down to 6% body fat. So maintain, eat at a mild calorie surplus when you need to, and dice down when you need to. That is one of the biggest things I needed to learn. Now, me at 33 years old, which is right here, this guy figured things out at this point. At this point, I've been working out for roughly 19 years of my life. Here, I'm training only 2 to 3 days a week, believe it or not. 3 days a week. And I am lifting to failure. Why? Because at the end of the day, you want to give your muscles the maximum stimulus. You want to push it to the exact amount that it can take before it gives out. Why? In my case, also, because I was resting 4 days a week. So I needed that rest because every single set was taken to failure. Now, if I trained like that and went to the gym 5 days a week, I wouldn't recover, especially not at my age now. So training to failure and intermittent fasting is the best things that you can use together along with progressive overload. If you merge those things together, they work almost synergistically. As you're fasting, you're thinking, oh, I'm going to lose muscle. You're not going to lose muscle, especially as you're getting stronger. Just make sure you're eating the adequate amount of calories in your non-fasted window, and that is basically what it is. Now finally, here's a picture of me at 39 years of age. If anybody tells you you cannot look fantastic at 39 years old without drugs, without steroids, without any shortcuts, they're baloneying you, okay? I did that body in Monday, Wednesday, Friday. That's it. Supplementation, not much outside a bit of amino acids like glutamine and some other herbs to boost my performance. Herbs that I like are tonkat ali, Tribulus terrestris, maca, and mucuna pruriens. Those are my favorite. I like to cycle those. Those help a lot. I'm making other videos on those. You can look at those videos. So that's my video on this. Please comment down below if you have any questions about anything fitness related. I will answer your exact questions in the comments. Thank you. See you later and peace.